Hello, everybody. You can call me Hunch. Today, we're going to be talking about stacks, everything in that ecosystem, the sphere. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin a little bit, my thoughts. Okay, so let me just start by saying a while back I said we're going to chop sideways or go down or bear for 6 months to 2 years. It's probably at 4 months at this point, so we've been right about that. Some unforeseen things happened. Alex got hacked. The Stacks ecosystem, basically all the DeFi under it blew up, right? We're still up from when I first started talking about it. Like Daiko was at 2 cents. Alex was, I don't know, maybe 7 cents. I can't really remember. It's been so long at this point. But we've had some huge hacks. There's still a lot of developments, though, and that's positive, right? You've got Bitflow Finance going to have a token at some point. I believe I've been sitting in on some of those Twitter spaces, and you know, one of the founders have joined and talk about their token. And then we've got Hermetica, so on and so forth, right? And we've had some bullish things happen in the ecosystem, even though we're down. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to give you an update, and I'm going to tell you why exactly I'm still in it, right, for the long run. You know, theoretically, it would still be a part of my portfolio. I think everything is massively down, right? Stacks, in particular, the ecosystem under it has been hit hard by kind of these growing pains, right? So let's talk about it. This is the Stacks chart. I think it's absolutely bullish looking, right? Kind of following this trend of what Solana looked like, what Bitcoin looked like. I think if Bitcoin does go into a bull market here, I mean, I think we're absolutely going to rip, right? There's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, I think it's the leading L2 on Bitcoin, right? Obviously, with BVM having its like massive blow up, I don't know what's going on with that. I still don't know if it's a scam or not, but I definitely removed it from the theoretical portfolio because of all the people telling me. So I'm glad that we were able to kind of convey that to you guys. Now, important to note that Munib talked to Grayscale. Obviously, Grayscale has said that Stacks is going to be a part of one of its funds or whatever, or a trust. They're going to make a trust, right? Whether they earn interest on that Stacks and they're not telling us, or they will provide it as a dividend in Bitcoin, would be an interesting concept in the future. I doubt it's going to happen now. The SEC will probably lose their mind if you could get returns from a trust like that. Even though, I mean, they do it with bonds, why not a token, right? It doesn't make any sense that the government controls the market for interest completely. So I think that's super bullish that a trust is developing around Stacks, right? And it's the first SEC approved token, right? Now, I don't know all the details about that, so, you know, please consult all the legal documents, all the filings, blah, 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 to reassure yourself if that's what you're banking on. Okay, now, Alex had a blow up. One of the bullish things, though, about Alex is they actually listened to the community. I didn't even think they had to, and I still think they would have survived. I think Alex will survive. I think it's not guaranteed, right? There's higher risks now after this hack, but I would be betting on a recovery, right? I'm bullish on it. I think it's going to be still one of the main players. I think they can alter the way their liquidity pools work. I've heard the Valar does a more of a trustless liquidity pool thing. So I think they will recover, right? And so Munib, maybe this had an influence on it, right? I'm generally in the camp of synthetic stacks. I don't know what they did to compensate all those liquidity pool people. I was not involved in the liquidity pool. I think it's too dangerous to be doing things like that at this point, especially so early on. But I'm in favor of the free market. So if that's what you want to do, even if you get wiped out, I mean, personally, I feel like that's your own fault in some ways, right? I mean, you were willing to risk all that capital for a return, right? You're not getting a return for nothing, right? There's always risk involved, even in bonds, even, right? Like, you have to know that there is risk involved. Like, same thing if you keep all your money in one bank versus multiple banks. This is the way the system is meant to work, right? You go to the best product, the market makes the best product, and you find that product. And then when you find that things are safe and there's guarantees in place and so on and so forth, then you use that product. So I do think they were going to recover personally. Another bullish thing is Bitflow, right? Bitflow listing some of the tokens that got not affected, but have not been able to trade on Alex, right? And Bitflow, right? And this is Tycho, he's actually doing Zest, is talking about becoming a place to trade, right? So you can do multi-hop swapping, right? Which is something on Solana that they do. And that's involved with like Daiko and Arcadico, sorry. and Bitflow, right? I think it's just a really interesting thing developing here, and I think it's massively bullish, especially if Nakamoto can come out in that speed. I think there will be a massive influx of users from the Bitcoin chain to the L2s, right? Just like from Ethereum to Optimism or any of the other L2s, right? So Alex Lab, I don't know if this is the correct price. You can go check the price by trying to swap on Alex Lab or whatever. There's probably a ton of slippage, probably like 50% at this point because of all the liquidity pool chaos, so on and so forth. But I would be holding personally, theoretically. You know, obviously this is not financial advice. Do whatever you want. Don't buy it. Do buy it. Sell it. Hold it. You know, try to recover your assets. I don't know what position you're in. I don't really care. You shouldn't be doing anything in crypto anyway. Obviously, there's a huge amount of risk. There's no safeguards in place, and that's exactly the way we like it, right? That's exactly the way we like it. Okay, but if you do like safeguards, right, there's something like Ondo Finance, which I am a bull on, right? Okay, they have KYC supposedly. They're backed whatever 1-to-1. They're doing real world assets like treasuries or whatever. So I don't know if that's a real world asset or whatever, a treasury, but it just seems like a fake made up thing. But who knows? Okay, Arcadico, obviously I'm still bullish on it. I think we're actually forming a cup and handle down here. So I think it's possible that this becomes hyper bullish. Valar, right? I think it's possible that this starts to pump if Alex does continue to have troubles. I just think there's a lot of bullish stuff going on in the market, right? So a lot there, right? The last thing I want to talk about is runes, right? Runes have been pumping. Dog has been pumping. I like Mr. Yen, the Japanese businessman. There's some other ones, right? You can try to get in at Pups World Peace. If this is the bottom, I don't know, right? There's some Ordinals collections. I'm still a huge Pizza Ninja bull. I think there's a lot of IP opportunities with that. So just giving you a quick update, right? I'm still in other parts of the ecosystem, but I just mainly talk about stacks. So that's my update. Anyway, you can call me Hunch. Love ya.